Hey guys, welcome back to our new video. In this video we are going to create another useful tool which I'll be naming image compressor tool, and this tool will allow us to reduce the size of an image without compromising on its resolution and quality. Okay, so let's start then. So for this one I will be creating an index file. Let me create some HTML template. So I'm gonna call it image compressor tool, something like this, and inside it I'll be creating a container, and inside it let me create a header, and I will write something like image compressor tool in the head. And after the header, let me create the drop zone from where we are gonna upload the image. Well, I'm saying upload the image, but we are not actually going to upload the image to the server. We won't be using any server-side language here. We'll get back to it as we go along. So I'll say drop your image here, or click to browse. Right, so I'll need input type equals file, id is equals to something like image input, and accept only image files. And let me hide it. I don't need to show it to the user. Okay, this is done. And let me create the preview container with id equals image processing area, something like this, and it will also be hidden at first. Let me remove the hidden for now. Okay, and here will be image id equals output image, and I'll add another thing, that is compression overlay, and where I will show by how much the image size has been reduced or compressed. So I'll call it compression overlay. By default I'll put it 0% compressed. Okay, now finally I need to provide a download button, right? So button id equals download button. It will say download compressed image. Yeah, this should be the HTML part. So let me add CSS to make it look appealing. Okay, so let's start with this one. So I'm gonna make margin 0, padding 0, and box sizing would be border box. This is for every element. And for the body I'll use font family as system UI. You can use any font you want, Apple system and sans serif. I don't need Apple system, sans serif. Okay, so for the background, okay, let me try a new thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create these variables. Primary color would be 4F4 6E5, something like this, and primary hover color would be 433 8CA, and background would be F1 F5 F9. Similarly card would be white. So we'll be using these variables here. So body background would be variable background. Okay, so it will take this value over here. Cool. Now let me make it mean height of 100 VH. Display would be grid, and place items for the grid would be center, padding 1 rem. Okay, this is look good. Now for the container, background would be, I'll use the variable card, and width would be minimum among either 1200px or 100%. Which one is minimum? That will be used. Similarly for height, 800px or 100ph minus 2 rem. 2 rem. Any problem here? Should be okay. So border, let me use box shadow instead. So 0, 4px, maybe 6px, minus 1px, RGB 0, 0, 0, and opacity of 0.1. Let's see. Okay, getting into some shape now. And border radius would be maybe 1 rem, not more than that. Yeah, this is fine. So maybe display flex direction would be column, gap would be 1 rem, padding 1.5 rem, and position would be relative. Let's see. Okay, this is getting better now. So let's add more. For the header, text align center, margin bottom maybe 0.5 rem. Okay, not bad. Now for the h1, header h1, font size 1.75 rem, font weight 600, background I'll use linear gradient, and it will be maybe 45 degree with the primary color, and the other color, let me use a static one here, something like this. Okay, so what I'm now gonna do is I'm gonna clip this background. WebKit background clip text. What it does, you may not see the difference, but it will change the gradient color to the font color now. After I do this one, WebKit text fill color, I'll make it transparent. Now the font color is changed, right? Okay, cool. Now let's go to the drop zone section. So border would be 2px dashed cbd 5e1, border radius would be 0.75 rem. Similarly, height would be 100, maybe 160px. Display flex, align items center, justify content center. Let's see. Yeah, this is cool. Let's add some more thing. Okay, cursor pointer, and background would be, I'll use the background. Look, this is looking good now. So let me add hover effect to this drop zone. Okay, so drop zone hover, then border color would be changed to primary color, and background will also change to something like EFA, TFA, FC. Let's see. Yeah, this is working good. Also, let me add transition here to make it more smooth one. Okay, transition all 0.2 seconds. Yeah, it's not it's a bit smoother now than the previous one. Okay, so let me move on to, do I need to style this paragraph? Let's try. So drop zone P, font size would be 1.25 rem, color would be something different, 64748B. Yeah, this is good, nice. Okay, now let's move on to the next section, and that is the preview container. So for the preview container, I may not have the image right now, so let me find an image, nature background, something like this. I can use any of the images right now, so let me use this one. Oh, it's very huge one, it doesn't matter though, so I will use this image for now. Let's see. What's the issue here? What if I remove this src? It's working. It means maybe because of its size, so let me use 400 for now. Yeah, that was because of the size. We'll correct that later on. Okay, so for the preview container, I'm going to use flex 1, position relative, overflow hidden, border radius 0.75 rem, and background would be background. Yeah, this is good. And for image, preview container image, the width would be 100%, height would be 100% as well, object fit would be content, and transition would be transform 0.3 seconds. Now I can remove this width. Yeah, this is good now. Okay, so for the hover effect, preview container hover, then for the image we will transform it and scale to 1.02, slightly scale it. It's not working. Yeah, it's working. Okay, now let me add something for the compression overlay. Position would be absolute, top 50%, left 50%, transform translate minus 50% to make it exactly at the center of its relative parent. Background would be RGBA 000 with 0.85 opacity. Color would be white. Let's see. Okay, you can see here 0.0% compressed. Now I need to add some padding, 0.75 px. Let's not use px, rem, and 1.5 rem. Then border radius would be 0.5 rem. Font size would be 1.5 rem. Let's see. Okay, getting better. And font weight, let's make it bold. So backdrop filter, let's make it blur by 4px. Let's see. Okay, then box shadow 0, 4px, 6px, RGBA 000 with opacity 0.1. Okay, this should be fine. Now the button. For the button, let's add background of primary. Color would be white. Border, I don't need any border for this, so none. And padding would be 0.75 rem and 0.5 rem. Let's make it 1.5 rem. Okay, and border radius 0.5 rem. Cursor pointer, font size 1 rem, font weight 500, width 100%. This should work now. Okay, so for the hover effect, what I'll do, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. Let's do, okay, let's transform it also. Transform, but not scale it. Let's translate y in the y-axis by 1px. Let's see. Yeah, it's moving upward direction, but I need to make it smooth, so I'm gonna add transition all 0.2 seconds. Yeah, it's smooth now. And also let's change the background color, and I'm gonna use it primary hover. Yeah, as you can see, it's a bit on the darker side, the hover color. Okay, cool. So now we have the design ready, so let's move on to the actual work of compressing the image. Okay, so I will be using some JavaScript. First, let me define some constants that I'm going to use throughout the scripts. So I need the drop zone, document.getElement by id drop zone, and I need a lot of this. Let's create some. Now next one would be image input. I think this is the same id. Another would be image processing area, and this is the same id. Next one would be output image. Do I have output image? Yes, I do. And download button, this is the same id. What else? So I need this also, compression overlay, and maybe that should be enough for now. So I have all the constants ready, and let's define this current file as null. Okay, now I can start the drop zone dot add event listener for the drag over event. I'll call this function, and it will first event dot prevent the default behavior, and then drop zone dot class list dot add drag over. Let me add more events to the drop zone. After drag over, I will need for the drag leave. It will also, maybe I don't need for the drag leave, and because there is no any default behavior, so I'll remove the class. This is useful when you can add a custom CSS while you are dragging over or dragging the leave, just to play with the CSS. Okay, so the next event would be drop. When you drop some file in the drop zone, what you need to do, first you need to prevent default. Okay, and drop zone dot class list dot remove drag over. You need to remove that class. What next? Then let's take the file. So I'm gonna call it file equals e dot data transfer dot files 0. I can get the file here now, and if there is file and file dot type dot starts with image slash. If it starts with image, that means if it is an image, then process image. I'm gonna call this function. So let me define this function for now. Process image. I won't do anything here now. There will be file. I'll do it later on, or just do it right now. Okay, let's do one thing. I'm not gonna do anything complex here. I'm gonna assign this current file with this file, and then call another function that is compress file. Let's call it compress image with 0.8 quality, compression quality. So that's it. Okay, I need to add more event listener. This is for the drop thing, and now I need to add event for the click. If there is click on the drop zone, then I need to open the file manager. the default file manager of the OS to select the file or the image, in fact. So I'm going to say image input.click, so that the file selector would open up. And there would be another thing, that is not the drop zone. If some file is changed in the image input, then we need to call the same thing, right? So I'll select the file, and it would be target.files0. if there is file, and file.type that starts with image slash, then there is some image, so you can process the image. This is same like this. Okay, this is cool. Now I can implement this method or the function compress image. It will have two parameters, file and quality. Okay, so let me create an image equals to new image.src equals url.create object URL from the file. Okay, then image on load equals, I'll call it function. What it will do, it will create a canvas, document.create element canvas.width equals the exact width of the image. Similarly, the height would also be the exact. And then I'll create the ctx context, that is canvas.getContext 2D ctx.drawImage img 00. Okay, now canvas.toBlob. Okay, to blob, then I'll call a function here, const url equals url.create object URL from the blob, actual blob. Output image.src equals url image processing area dot style dot display equals block. I need to show the image processing area now. It means, where is the image processing area? Here it is, right? Okay, I need to make it display none by default, display none, so that I can't see it at first. Okay, now only it will be shown. Then download button dot style dot display equals block. It means I need to hide this one also, style display none. Okay, then let's calculate the compression ratio. Const compression ratio equals 1 minus blob dot size by file dot size. Okay, and then multiply by 100. Let's do it to fixed 1, and this is just to make the rounding of the decimal values. So compression ratio, compression overlay dot text content would be compression ratio followed by percentage compressed, maybe 80% compressed or 90% compressed, something like that. Okay, it should be good till now. Let's see. Okay, there might be some error. Let's see. Yeah, there is some error. Let's see where is the error is. Oh, I got the point. So the error is here, maybe here also. Okay, I don't need here. Okay, cool. In the download section, let's do for this image. there's another error. E is not defined in here for the image input dot change event. Okay, I need E here. Let's see. There's more error. Canvas is not defined. Oh, there's a spelling mistake here. This should be canvas. Still okay, it's not image. Let's see, where is it? It's not image, it's img. Okay, I did a lot of mistakes, right? So it's 4.5% compressed. Okay, this is cool. Now the only thing remaining is the download feature. So for the download feature, let's add some more code. Okay, so after this one, maybe I can add download button dot on click equals. There will be a function. Let's create a tag, anchor tag. Just create element anchor tag, and let's set the href to URL a.download equals the name of the file. So let me call it compressed underscore dollar file name, something like this. A.click, then trigger the click action. Okay, yeah, it should be fine. And maybe for this one, okay, the blob one, let me make it image slash jpeg and quality. Let's check now. Let's do for this image. Look, 93.4% compressed. Let's download it. Okay, there's some error. Let's do it one more time. This is 1.3 MB, the original size. Let's see what happens when I download. Okay, file name is not defined. Let's see. Oh, is it not file name? It's file dot name. My bad. Now let's see. Yeah, it says it's 93.4% compressed. Let's download it. Yeah, it's downloaded. Let's see. It's just 81 KB now. You can preview it. Yeah. So let's try for the other one, the other image. So for this image, it's 89.5% compressed. Let's download it. You can see it's 85 KB now, and it was originally not this one, 832 KB, and now it is, oh, I'm sorry, it was 832 KB, and when I downloaded it, it's just 87 KB, and this one was 1.3 MB, and when I downloaded it, it's just 84 KB. So you can see the compression is working perfectly. And let's try this already compressed one. Okay, it cannot compress more now. See? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You guys already know that I have provided the link in the description below, which gives you access to all this source code, the working source code. So don't forget to subscribe and like us if you want more interesting and useful videos like this. This much for today. Cheers, guys.